Hello everyone, this is Debbie from the Inspiration Station. Today I'd like to share with you several of the layouts that I've made over the past couple of months. But before we get started, I did have a subscriber ask me to show the progress that I've made on my year in review album. So if you had seen my previous video, I think I started it, I actually think I put it together before the first of the year. And so I had showed a couple of the pages in a previous layout share, but like I said, I had someone request that I show, how I've come along with it. So this was the title page. This is a Paige Evans cut file, and then this is a pear tree cut file, and I just welded them together to make the title page. Now I apologize for the glare. I didn't want to take all these layouts out of the album, so I'm hoping you can see pretty well. It's hard for me to see on the camera, but so January I filled in. This is the formula that I'm using for the entire year. I'm using the Hello Today collection, which is a couple of years old, from Simple Stories. I decided that I'm going to do this format with a 4x6, generally every month, a 4x6, and then the rest 3x4s. In January, I had a couple of extras that I wanted to add in to tell a story, so I shrunk them down to, I believe these are like 2x3, just to get enough on there. And then I did my journaling in strips. Now, if this layout looks familiar to you, that's because I did follow Nicole Bingaman. She had done her year in review with the same line, and I followed several of the ideas that she used with the title card and the calendar. She used more photo collages, and I did these strips, but I did get the idea from her, so this is not new to me. Her name is Coley Bing on YouTube, and you can go check out her site. I will leave a link below. So then in February, it's a short month, I didn't have as much. I didn't finish the embellishing over here. What I have is a box of embellishments. I use these little photo boxes to keep all my embellishments in. And I had purchased the digital file of the bits and pieces from Simple Stories, and then I used my scan and cut to cut them out. So I have this whole box full of embellishments, and then there's a few extra. I think this is Jen Hadfield, that the colors went pretty well, so I threw them in there. So I'm going to go back and do the embellishment probably at the end. Some of the months I did do the embellishments just because I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but for the most part, they're all in here, and I'll add them later. As I said, I did the journaling on strips and just put them wherever they fit. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this label here. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And then in March, we had a baby shower for my daughter for her first child. And this was interesting. I don't know if you all do this, but taking photos of current event type things. So in March, I took a photo of the gas station sign, and regular gas was $4.29 a gallon. When I did it again in June, it was $5.05. So I thought that was interesting, the way the chaotic world is today, to see some of the differences. And that's why I had this, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, because this was the beginning of the spike in gas prices. We know what happened at the end of February over in Europe, and so yeah, we'll just move on from there. In April, we repainted the entire house inside, so I have a couple of photos of that. We also had Easter in there, so I have my Easter photos. I did put a lot more embellishment here, and here I put the journaling. Let's see, I'm hoping I don't get the glare. I got off camera a little bit. Move it over. I put the journaling on this cut apart, or this die cut, excuse me, because I had it and it fit, but I may still add some more things using the strip journaling. And then in May, my grandson was born, so everything in May is about him. That was our only thing that mattered in the month of May. So we have, I was fortunate enough to be at the hospital for my daughter's delivery. So the pictures from labor and delivery, and he was born the day before Mother's Day, 2 days before Mother's Day. He was born on Friday. So I made her a t-shirt using my Cricut that said, Mommy, I'm your Mother's Day gift. So again, I still have journaling to do. So you'll see I have paper clipped in some of the journaling cards, some of the ideas that I have in my head. I will go back and add that information. And then we have June. So we did have a few events in June. I did cover up my other grandson's face because his parents would like to keep that private. So that's what this little sticky is. It's just a Post-it note. Yeah, so again, the idea that the gas went up from whatever it was, $4.29 or $4.49 up to $5.05. This is real life. And then I did do July. We had my first grandson's third birthday, and then he announced that he was going to be a big brother. So we have a third grandchild coming the first of the year. So I have all those in there. Again, I'll add the journaling. And then I've started August. What I do is I just throw whatever pieces I think I might be using into the pocket, and then the photos, these are upside down because again, they're pictures that I don't have permission to share. And then the rest of the album is all set up, which you may have seen in my previous video when I went over that, and I can just add the photos as they're taken. So that is my year in review album for the wonderful subscriber who requested seeing the update. Now, if you hold on a minute, I'm going to turn off the camera, switch out, and get my layouts that I had planned to show you. Okay, so welcome back. I always have trouble when I do these layout shares and trying to figure out how to actually proceed through this because I do both double page and single page, and I try to stack them in the order that they were done. You will notice I don't scrap in chronological order. I really do scrap whatever inspires me at the time. Or in this case, I took some classes. I did the Scrapbook Cards in Today, Crop and Create delivered in April. That's a lot to say. And so several of these layouts are based on principles or the actual layouts that we did in class. I believe this was a class, and I'm trying to remember if it was Becky Adams. I can't remember now. Or no, it wasn't. It was Megan Andrews, I believe. Anyway, they were great classes, and so I have those mixed in here with some of my own. So this was one from the Crop and Create Delivered. It was a travel page, obviously, and we used, I'm going to forget now. It is Echo Park, I believe. It's their new travel line, and for some reason I'm drawing a blank at the name, and I have so much of it too. Well, I'll think of it later probably. And then this page, get this out of the way. This is what I mean. I don't really know how to put these out so you can see them well. It was from I can't talk today. Words are hard. A sketch that I saw, and I'm sorry I don't remember who the sketch was by. It was part of Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, but I don't remember who the creator of the sketch was. But this was using leftover papers from Crop and Create Delivered. We did a beautiful layout with Victoria Marie, and these were things that I had left over from that particular class. So here are the professional photos from my grandson's first photo shoot, and I used a mix of Simple Stories, Hearth and Home, and this is my mind's eye. Sorry guys, I totally have no brain cells working today apparently, and I can't remember what the lines were, but I do know it was my mind's eye. And then these were part of, that is Jen Hadfield, I believe. They were leftovers from the Crop and Create delivered. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Scrapbook cards in today. Crop and Create delivered. My goodness. All right. Then this is a Paige Evans inspired. Actually, it's pretty much a copy of Paige Evans. She did this as a bonus layout, and hers was just a little bit different. She used all square photos, and I added some stamping to it. I did use rectangular photos because that's the way they worked. I couldn't cut some of them down into squares, but I was fine with that. I did get out some L Studio stamps to add in here, but all the product is from Paige Evans. This is another one from Crop and Create Delivered. This is another one from the same class. No, it's not. I'm lying. The materials were from the class. This is from the Allison Davis sketch class. See, I do all these things, the classes and everything, and then I forget which ones are which, so I apologize. This is based on a sketch from Allison Davis's 4x6 class, but I used the same paper that was left over from the other class. So this was a girls' trip that I took to New Hampshire. We had a great time. We went to this beautiful place called the Lost River Gorges, a gorge in Boulder Caverns, caves. You know, I may have to redo this whole voiceover. We'll see. Maybe you'll like the blunders. I don't know. Let me know if you do. I try to keep it professional, but apparently today is not my day. Lost River Gorge and Boulder Caves is what it's called, and it was absolutely gorgeous. We had a great time. The weather was perfect. Okay, excuse me. So this is another one from Allison Davis's sketch class. I'll move these out of the way so they're not so distracting. This is, I believe this was the first week of class, and I changed it up. As I said, it was a class using 4x6 photos, but I had a lot more photos than would fit. I believe her sketch had 4 photos and I had 10, so I just printed them 3x4 and made sort of a collage out of them. This is an older collection from Photo Play that I used. I just made little clusters. I did my journaling on strips, and these are really old thickers, these glitter thickers. So I was glad to use up some of my older products. And then this is another one from Allison Davis class. And the way she did it, she had the paper on this side going clear to the end. Well, I cut mine wrong because I'm not really good at following directions, and I cut it short, so I just did the flags on both ends. And I really liked the way it came out. I was really happy that I was able to use so many products on a Disney page that were not your typical red and black Disney things. I do have a lot of Disney inspired papers, but you get really tired of working with that color scheme. So this was fun to pull it all together. This is the summer line, My Favorite Summer. And this is an old Simple Stories, and I believe this may have been a Simple Stories. I honestly don't remember. Let me see if I can see what's on the back. Oh no, that's from the summer line too, My Favorite Summer. Oops, somebody stuck under there. So yeah, that's the back side, a B-side of My Favorite Summer. So this was fun. I really enjoyed doing this layout, and like I said, not using the traditional Disney colors. And I did put my little hidden Mickey in there. Okay, the next one is a single page, also based on the Allison Davis class. She had a 2-page layout using 4x6 photos, and this is basically the right side of the sketch. I just had these 3 photos of when my grandson announced that he was going to be a big brother. Very cute photos, and all of the material is Pink Fresh, except I think the yellow stripe, and I believe that was an Echo Park. So yeah, that was a fun one. Very cute layout, and I enjoyed doing it. Okay, and then back to 2-page spread. This is another one from the sketch class. And pretty much, yeah, I have one more and it's also from the sketch class. Because when I'm doing these classes, I do try to follow along and at least get the one layout done per week. Try to keep up with it. I don't usually get it done ahead of time, but that's okay because when Allison does the first day, when she shows her layout, she's always got great tips for different options that you can do, changing up photo sizes or papers or whatever. So sometimes it's better to wait and see what she comes up with. In this case, if I remember correctly, and I don't because, you know, squirrel brain, there was something going on and I did not use the background. What the heck was it? I'm gonna have to look at the sketch and see because I don't even remember. I can't show you the sketch because it is paid content, but I am gonna look back at it because I feel like an idiot that I can't remember anything. So let me see which one this was. This is week 5 sketch. Oh, this was the hexagon one, that's right. So she had used, her clusters were all hexagons, small hexagons that she had punched out. And her page was beautiful. The samples were beautiful. I was a little lazy. I didn't want to do the hexagons. I don't have hexagon punches. Well, I have a big hexagon punch, but the ones that the size that we would have needed, I don't have. I do have Tim Holtz stacking hexagon dies, but it just would have taken a long time to cut it. And you know, yeah, I was being lazy. But I didn't need to really because I had these photos from a couple of Christmases ago that I hadn't scrapped yet, and I had this paper from Cartabella. This was a cut apart sheet, and I bought it specifically to do these photos because we do bake cookies every year. It's a family tradition. We've been doing it since my daughter was small. We used to get together with my mother-in-law and my sisters-in-law and all the cousins. The kids would get together. My mother-in-law has since passed on, so we don't do it with the larger extended family, but I now have my daughter and my daughter-in-law and my mom, so we all get together and do the cookies. And this was really fun because I had a Spellbinder die set that did the mixer and the utensils, and I've never used it. I loved the die set, but I never used it, and it was just sitting there, so this was a lot of fun. And I added a little bit of ink to the edges to give it a little dimension. And then I added white gel pen to kind of make that reflective look. And I thought that really helped. I also had a Spellbinder set that was cookies. And it was like a layered die. So you had the base cookie, and then you had all these inserts that could make things that looked like chocolate chips or swirled icing and all that. And I had never used that one either. I think that was actually a gift or a prize for something. And I wasn't sure I was ever going to use it, but it was really cute. And I was able to make the little M&Ms, little colored chips. And yeah, I really think this one came out cute. So that is the last one, I believe. Oh, no, I have one more. And this was my grandson's. I'm going to have to start saying my oldest grandson because now I have 2. And, you know, who knows, maybe a 3rd on the way. So this was his birthday this year. And this is another one from the sketch class. This one I'm not crazy about. I got to just be honest with you. It's too busy for me. I know birthday parties and, you know, little kids. The colors are fine. I'm really happy with the colors. This is All Simple Stories paper from their Birthday Blast Boy line. And I was fine with that. And I'm okay with the idea of the stripes up here. But all these little things are just a little too much for me, along with the busyness of the photos. So I think I probably should have painted or sanded the edges of the photos to give them a little bit more definition, but it's done. So I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I'm not going to go back and redo it. So anyway, that is my layout share. Now I have this big pile here. Let's see if I can find one to put on top that looks good. Just a single, here's a single page. We'll just throw this one on top so you have something to look at. So anyway, If you've been with me for a while, I really want to thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. If you're brand new to my channel, I noticed I've had several new subscribers, and I just want to thank you for that and welcome you to the channel. You'll notice I am not, I don't put out a lot of content. I do what I can when I can, and I mostly do layout shares. I have some process videos, but if there's something that you would like to see, by all means, leave it in the comments. Let me know. I would love your suggestions. I like to see what people are interested in. But yeah, so I think that is it for today. I do appreciate you coming. If you got anything out of this video, if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, you can do that too, and that would make me very happy. I also really appreciate your comments below, for those of you who take the time to leave them. So that's it for today. Everybody have a wonderful day and keep crafting. Bye.